Hello everybody, hope you're doing really well. I'm with my mate Paul, who's
Hi,
obviously part of the Phoenix History team. This is Paul's one for today,
Yep.
which is a beautiful thing, and we can't reveal location.
No.
But it is an air raid shelter that we reckon has been sort of slightly modified and changed. But it's definitely an air raid shelter.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, the former one, I suppose. You're going to have to, you've sort of seen roughly what it is, but we're going to sort of show you a little bit more in detail on the other side. So let's go do it.
do it.
Come on. Bit cosy. Well, everybody, welcome back. Hi, mate.
Hi, bud.
We are in a former air raid shelter. It's a bit of a tight fit, but the reason for that is because actually it's being used as probably what it's been used for a very long time, which is storage or a sort of outlet. What we can tell you is that this has been known to be a documented sort of, or well, documented by locals, air raid shelter. What's interesting about this is it's sort of a cross between like a Nissan hut and an Anderson shelter, in the fact that the steel that we're using is that basically an Anderson shelter construction, very similar again to a Nissan hut, which is what you'd sort of say. But what makes it a little bit more different is that it's slightly bigger than an Anderson shelter, and we reckon that's probably because two things. It was either formerly an Anderson shelter that had got sort of repurposed and they sort of like changed it a little bit, or that it was literally like this and they've just sort of converted it, made a couple of windows in it and everything else. But the door looks original. It's just that the windows and everything else, you could argue, we would assume that they're not going to put windows in their air shelter. So the idea is that really you're going to sort of like change it into that. Any other thoughts, Paul?
Yeah, you can just see the way it's been sort of opened out a little bit, as Dan mentioned, rather than the normal size. Across the top you can quite easily see where they've extended it as such, so it's probably more of a mystery one than a proper identification, but even so, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is, mate. I mean, the fact is we know it's World War II, and that's the most important thing, and it has been labelled as an air raid shelter. So as far as that, whatever the shape and design after that is whatever. But it's a concrete base with a brick front, and I think it's a brick back, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
So, and then what they've done is they've basically put the framing over the top. So, very, like I said, it's almost identical to what a Nissan hut would sort of like look like, in terms of. I'm going to say that loosely for everybody, but the idea is that really it's quite sort of unusual but familiar is probably the way of doing it, and it is away from the housing estate.
Yeah.
So again, that ticks off the boxes as to obviously it being a former air raid shelter. You don't want it right next to the house. You want it as far away as possible, if possible. But what a unique design! I've never seen anything like this in terms of how this looks. And like I said, if we ignore the windows, because we're almost certain that they will probably put in a little bit later and obviously then used as a storage shed regardless. If you ignore that, apart from that, it's fairly in good condition actually as well, regardless. And hopefully, like I said, you're seeing that as we're talking. But yeah, very, very cool. Any other thoughts and feelings, mate?
Oh, it's just really good. Just say, yeah, everything, the door frame and everything there looks really original. There's a little bit of a batten behind there as well with some hooks on it. That looks like that's been there for a while as well. Unique.
Very cool. Well, look, we're going to head out, and hopefully you've had a look, and then we'll just give you our final thoughts. Yeah. Cool. Come on. Well, mate, thank you so much for that. Really, really cool. And more importantly, thank you to the owners and everybody for allowing this access.
Yeah, thank you to Darren and Angela for letting us have a look at this bit of history.
Yes, I love it. And obviously you can appreciate we won't reveal the location. Obviously because it is just one of these sort of special ones that's private, and you've got to respect the fact that people don't want everybody keep knocking on their door for them sort of doing it. So we're very grateful and we're very lucky for that opportunity. Paul is obviously going to see you a lot in a fair few videos coming up in the future.
Sorry, everyone.
I know, but we keep mentioning this. But he's obviously just a fantastic and incredible bloke, and obviously we'll probably see your son as well at some point as well,
definitely
and
bring
some of
Jensen
them as
along,
well.
yeah.
So yeah, as we say on this, it won't always be all the time, but when you
No.
see him, it's going to be a lovely treat for all of us.
Definitely.
So anyway, in the immortal words of Phoenix history, because history matters, thank you so much for coming along with us. Feel free to spread the word of the channel. Thank you, mate.
Thank you, Dan.
Final words? We good?
We're good.
We're good, mate.
Can't get a coffee.
I know, let's go get a coffee. All right, take care, everybody. You ready, mate?
Yeah.
Kapow.